This is the Will Podcast.
Hi guys, welcome back to The Wheel. Today's podcast is brought to you by Cooper Brothers Clothing, the ultimate gentleman's store. They specialise in tailored suits, ties, bow ties, and offer the ultimate gentleman's experience with their combined barbershop. To visit their store, head to the Castle Hill Towers Mall, located on level 2. For a limited time only, Cooper Brothers are offering 20% off all online and in-store purchases. Online code is The Wheel, and in store, if you mention the podcast, you will receive a 20% off discount. Today is the fourth podcast for The Wheel. The topic today is the NBA, and fortunately for me, I have the help of two friends. I have Will Key and the hyphenated Davi. How are we, gentlemen?
Good.
Just got his own intro music. So today will be about the NBA, so we broke it down into particular subtopics. So firstly, we will discuss the quick season review, so one each, a highlight and a disappointment of the season. Then we'll recap the recent 2018 draft. We'll talk about the free agency, who's going where and what players are most likely to sign. Then we will do Shoot Your Shot. So today's Shoot Your Shot is each panel will pick their own All-NBA teams and explain their picks, and we'll go over the original teams as well. Then we've got a new segment, which is One Gotta Go. So for that segment, I haven't actually told the boys what the segment is, but I'll give it to them and they can give me the answer on the fly. And then we have Roundup. So for today's Roundup, the question is, who is the GOAT and why? So lads, how are we doing in general?
Yeah, same old.
Good.
Monday.
Excited.
We're excited to be in the podcast. Very
Bit
excited.
slow with no basketball now though, so
It was.
we'll be happy, if we're a Golden State fan. So
So it doesn't matter even if you jumped on in the right last minute.
You jumped on in the last 3 years.
Like it's all good,
So just quick recap. Will is a Memphis Grizzly fan. I myself am a Laker fan, and Darby was a Laker fan, but he's a Golden State fan now.
Free agent pending at the moment.
LeBron does that too.
So he
does that.
he left the Laker Nation when we were struggling, and he's gone over to the better team in California.
But if Kawhi comes back,
You jump back?
California dreaming,
Okay, we'll talk about
Then
that.
we put in as a trade
next
application.
podcast.
We'll talk about that in free agency talk.
We'll see what happens by the next podcast.
Oh, mate. So we'll crack into the season reviews. I've asked each members of the panel to give me a highlight and a disappointment of the season and just explain their reason. So Will, we'll start with you. What was your highlight for the season?
So me being a Grizz fan, there wasn't many highlights because we only won 22 games, but we did get off to a good start before we got injured. And one of our first games of the season was against Golden State.
Oh.
And we just frustrated them so much. We got Curry and KD kicked out the same game.
Was that against Memphis when they both got ejected?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Curry and his habit of
Tossing the mouth.
mouth guards. I think Davi likes that.
I love that.
You love a mouth guard?
I love the fact that they raw and authentic. Like they don't play like the new, how everyone else watches to get technical and things like that. I love Kevin Durant getting technical.
He got the most technicals all year out of any player.
Like that. That's the old school mentality.
Yeah.
He's not. I don't think he's like that. I think he
No, he's
embraced being the villain.
Yeah, once
this
he went
year.
over. Yeah. 100%.
Like last year.
But even his interviews, he just says what he wants. He
Yeah, he has
fines.
now he does.
Yeah, now he does because he's got Draymond to.
kind of back him up. I don't think he did it as much as at OKC.
In OKC, he didn't.
Yeah.
Nah,
But
even though he had Russ, but
Yeah.
Russ is probably the most outspoken out of all of them.
But I think there the chemistry was different.
Yeah.
I think we just never saw it.
I think
But
this year they just embraced being the villain.
Yeah,
And they did it well.
I love that about Kevin Durant and Steph. Like even in the finals when he threw that thing off, had no problems with it. It's like when you with Kobe, you live by the shot, you die by the shot.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
the same thing with these guys. And that's the thing I like about them. So.
Is that your highlight or your highlight?
No,
is
I
Kevin Durant?
haven't even got to my
Okay.
highlight. I'm waiting for him because
Oh,
he was
good.
talking about the Memphis and the two.
Grit and grind, we back, baby.
So your highlight is Memphis against Golden State?
Yeah.
Really, that was because normally by the playoffs you swap to LeBron, so I thought that would have been.
Oh,
no, you don't
we're
do
taking
that.
your shots
'Cause-
early.
Oh,
'cause
already?
I thought normally
Oh, wow.
I thought normally it's Memphis until the end of the season.
No,
and then it's
no.
like, oh, let me
It's-
go LeBron real quick.
It's Memphis all the way.
Oh,
But
After the first
my
round?
generational favorite player is LeBron.
oh,
Cool.
man.
So we move from that highlight. So my highlight was the rookie class. So obviously
Yeah.
we had the
you're
red
right.
shirt rookie Ben Simmons, Donovan Mitchell, Jason Tatum,
Ben
Kyle
Simmons is a
Kuzma.
rookie?
Apparently,
Okay.
I asked Donovan Mitchell to say something different. So yeah, my highlight was the rookie class and how good they were. So I've said previously, I think it was the best rookie class since 03, since LeBron and them. So that was my highlight for this year. Darby, what was the highlight for this year?
Golden State winning it, like a clean sweep.
Yep.
That like straight up. I wanted that sweep.
I think a lot of people did. I wanted it.
Like no, I just didn't want them to win it. I wanted that sweep.
Yeah.
Like it had to be known. You know what I mean? Like we.
If I hear you say we and Golden State,
I'm just always we, man. Like you ask Will, even like. No, but I think like it was great that they got it. Like I always wanted Klay to get his, like I'm a big Klay Thompson fan.
Yeah.
Right. And Steph getting his third. I think that was really good, especially after how hard they got done by with that year when they kind of lost to the Cavs.
Kinda or did lose?
No. I mean, we all know. Look.
No, I said so. In the last
It is
NBA
what it is.
podcast, I say if Draymond doesn't get suspended for Game 5,
100%.
they win.
Yeah,
every
that's
time.
it.
But at the same time,
But
I'm gonna
they
come
lost.
out and say this, like, and it's like Draymond, if he was there in Game 5, yes. But at the same time, I'm gonna say if Chris Paul was there in the last two games,
Yeah,
just
then
one
they
of
lose.
those two games
Yeah.
against the Rockets,
They lose.
I think they would have gone to the final. Like Rockets would have.
Yeah, 100%.
Like he just needed that one. So we at the same time acknowledge that as well. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like that anything could have happened in those two games if he was available just for one of those two games or whatever.
Yeah.
I think Houston was there.
Yeah. All right, we'll move on to disappointments. Will, what was your disappointment for this year?
The finals. So
What?
it was the V's highlight.
Yeah.
Was
Oh,
my
the sweep?
Yeah, the sweep.
Is it because you don't want me to be happy? Is that what it is?
Yeah,
Like you
that's
just don't
number
want me
one.
to enjoy anything?
Yeah.
Like you
No,
know.
I like my like especially coming off 2 Game 7s, Western Conference and Eastern Conference Game 7s. I thought I wanted to see a really competitive finals.
Yeah, it was.
It was
Game
closer
4.
than you see the sweep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Game 1 especially. If they get that
yeah.
Game 1, you know, maybe it goes to 6, maybe.
I was shocked with how Game 1 was going. I'll be honest. Like I thought it was done. I mean.
It should have been done.
I thought it was done. I mean, to miss that free, like J.R. Smith was one thing, but I thought that free throw, like to miss that free throw. I mean,
Yeah, but everyone's forgetting the court that got changed as well.
Yeah.
That shouldn't have happened.
I thought that was legit.
I just
No,
thought
I
at
thought
the time,
that
the
was-
timing of it was bad. I think the call was
I
right.
was actually very surprised that for once something went against LeBron. Like
Yeah, yeah. Well, I think that's
honestly,
what
the
everyone was
last
supposed
10
to.
years or whatever, everything goes for him, and it was the first time I was like, wow, this thing has changed. I felt like the refereeing and the officiating had changed after
That
LeBron
call.
won that title again with the Cavs. I felt like after that, even the 4-1 when Golden State won again, I felt like they were not letting LeBron have anything. Like even the referees, they were just not letting him get the foul calls that he was getting before.
So my look on it with the change of the call, I always thought you had to have clear-cut
Yep.
evidence to overturn a call. And that
If
was
it-
like a bang-bang play where you couldn't fully
yeah.
overturn the call. So
Yeah.
I thought it should have stayed a blocking.
Just
I was
like-
surprised.
yeah.
I was-
They
I mean,
should-
a charge, sorry.
I see.
I was
See, me
surprised.
generally, I thought it was the right call, but in the timing of it, it shouldn't have been changed. I
Yeah.
should have just stuck with it. The call was right. I think it's a charge,
But
but
Durant was clever enough to actually question it.
yeah,
Like
but I don't think they should have. I don't think they should have changed it, given the aspect of what was going on. So it was game 1. The Cavs pretty much win if that call doesn't get changed.
Yeah.
So
For sure.
anyway, we'll move on. So my disappointment was the big 3 in OKC.
Yeah.
So that was your one as well.
That was 100%.
So I never expected them to be good, but I didn't think they'll be that bad.
I mean, Westbrook got help after all. You know,
Yeah.
like I mean, the year before he didn't get any help. This time he had, and like I mean, I don't think it was the big 3. I consider it as the big 4 because I still think Steven
Steven
Adams
Adams,
is.
yeah.
I think
He's better than
quite
Melo.
highly of
I don't care what anyone
And-
says. He's better than Melo.
It wasn't that their chemistry was bad. Like their shooting numbers are real down
Really bad,
too. It was
yeah.
like crazy.
I actually think they got a decent coach. Like I don't doubt the coach one bit. I just don't know why they can't get it to work.
I don't doubt the coach, but how do you go and tell Russell Westbrook stop doing that? You know what I mean? Like that's what makes Westbrook
What
Westbrook.
it is, yeah,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He just doesn't listen to anyone.
Because I think in college he was a more of a ball movement type coach,
Right.
Yeah.
and then when you get to the NBA and you got the superstar, it's sort
Won't
of
listen to anyone.
yeah.
But yeah, no, I was just like, I thought OKC was going to be a bigger threat than
They
Houston.
actually were. Yeah, but
I thought-
they were terrible.
Like, because even in the season they had a good run against Golden State. I think they beat them a couple of times. Or was it 3 out of 4? Or
Yeah, I think it was 2 out of 3.
2 out of 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I realistically thought that one was like, if they met Golden State in the playoffs, it would be tough.
Yeah,
The thing about OKC too was they were a team with like a chip on their shoulder.
Yeah.
They needed to be motivated for a game.
Yeah.
Whereas,
Especially after Westbrook didn't get any help the year before, people were like, well, now you got help. Let's see what happens. You know, because, I mean, even though Carmelo's washed up, I still think he's got something in him.
Yeah.
Like, he's got a quarter in him. He's got half a game in him.
Yeah.
That's all you need sometimes, you know?
yeah,
Was their bench deep enough?
no. Well, they added Patterson. He did nothing. He was rubbish from Toronto. Then they had...
and he was a disappointment.
Yeah,
I
they
was
had-
high on Patterson.
They
coming
had
in.
Felton at one point as well on the bench. He was rubbish.
Felton
they just-
needs to hit the treadmill.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, he's just gone fat.
Felton is just one
Since
guy
he's,
that's going to bounce
DY.
around. He's just going to bounce around from team to team. I
Who's
don't-
that, Felton?
Yeah.
I'll be
Yeah.
surprised if he's still in the league next year.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I was extremely disappointed with them. I didn't expect them to what? They lost to
Utah
Utah.
in the first round
And I mean, that
against the rookie,
Yeah.
who pretty much took over the whole
we
team.
took over the whole game.
Yeah, so that was my disappointment. Obviously, that was Darby's disappointment as well. So we'll move right on to the draft recaps. The draft was last week. So what I'll do is I'll go over the lottery picks, which is the top 14 players, and then we'll kind of just dissect it, and we will talk about who the best pickup was, and then we will talk about our early Rookie of the Year predictions. So the top 14 picks. So at number 1, the first overall pick, Phoenix took DeAndre Ayton from Arizona. Number 2, Sacramento, they took Marvin Bagley III from Duke. The third pick was Luka, I think is it
Doncic.
Doncic
Doncic, yeah.
from Slovenia. Number 4, Will's team, is it
Oh, wow, you got a pick?
Jaron Jackson?
Jaren Jackson.
Jaron Jackson Jr. from Michigan State.
Is that like going to take him to the playoffs now?
Ugh,
Is that what it
who
is?
knows?
Yeah, we're going back to the playoffs.
You need that jersey?
This is our year.
Wow.
The fifth pick was Dallas. They picked Trae Young from Oklahoma, who was eventually traded to Atlanta for Doncic. Number 6 was Orlando. They picked Mohamed Bamba from Texas. Number 7 pick was Chicago. They picked Wendell Carter Jr. from Duke. The 8th pick was Colin Sexton from Alabama. The 9th pick, Kevin Knox from Kentucky. 10th pick was Mikal Bridges from Villanova, who was traded to Phoenix. The 11th pick was Shai Gilgeous-Alexander from Kentucky, who was later traded to the Clippers. The 12th pick was who he was traded for was Miles Bridges from Kentucky. 13th pick was the Clippers also, Jerome Robinson from Boston College. And the last lottery pick was from Denver, Michael Porter Jr. from Missouri. So, Will, who do you think was your best pickup and why?
I think it has to be Michael Porter Jr. at 14.
That was mine as well.
Really?
Yep.
What?
He's too good. He's
Yeah,
too good
he was
and
too good to fall that
And he fell
far.
that deep.
Yeah,
Given his health is not the greatest, he was my pick as well.
That's-
At 14.
yeah, that will be a big, little risk, big reward
Yeah.
if he comes through. It might be an Embiid type situation where he
Yeah,
sits out
yeah.
a year or
But that's
two.
nothing. They still made the playoffs, so they don't really lose anything.
Yeah, so they don't really need him to contribute straight
No,
away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then if
At-
you put
at
him in the
Dallas?
front court with,
No, Denver.
And then,
Yeah.
okay.
so if you put him at the front court with Jokic and Millsap, that's dangerous. Just take Wilson Chandler obviously comes out, but Wilson Chandler's washed up anyway. So
I just see it as these big 6'10", 6'11" guys, wings that can handle
and
Yeah.
shoot.
dribble and shoot are just
As-
too rare
yeah.
to pass on them.
yeah, and especially at 14.
But that's becoming mainstream now, right? Giannis, KD,
Yeah.
all these guys. It's like no longer that height. You need to be in the post. Like,
Yeah.
And a year ago, he was supposed to be number 1 until he got the injury.
Yeah.
So
And then he falls to 14th in the year after, which is crazy. But he was my
but that
Top
injury.
pickup.
I mean, look. I mean, if you had to drop that far down, you don't think the injury is in everyone's mind? Like, what was that guy from Portland?
Greg Oden or
Oden.
Brandon Roy.
Odin went number 1 over.
Yeah, but he
Durant.
went one. At least they kind of waited on this kid and went 14th, and let other teams kind of slip on him. I think it's going to be like an Embiid situation where
Well,
he just
Denver's
has to sit out a bit.
Denver's good. I mean, there's no pressure there.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They still made the playoffs without him. So. They just missed today. They just missed the playoffs.
Yeah,
didn't they?
yeah. I think up to the last game
Yeah.
or something.
Like New York, their fans were going crazy. They wanted him at number 9.
Yeah.
I was thinking he would be killed in New York if he gets drafted number 9. can't play this year. You
The
got
whole year.
no Porzingis.
Yeah.
They're already angry and given up on Frank Ntilikina.
Yeah. And he's
But New
got
York is
talent.
like-
He's got
New
talent
York is
on
very
Frank.
supportive, man. I mean, even Carmelo, like, I mean, you know, whatever it is, like, New York is a pretty rich basketball,
Yeah.
like, town, like, as in fans wise. You know,
But if
so-
they've taken the pick so early and he doesn't play all year, they go to town on him. No, there's 100%. There's no way they let him off that.
yeah.
Yeah. So
But
that
he's already not playing summer league.
Yeah.
But then, I mean, Philly did that, and they were like, okay, well, Ben Simmons, we see potential in him.
Yeah.
You know, because New York, if I was New York and I had him at 9, I'd take him. Because I'd
Yeah.
be like, if I know I can get 5-6 years out of him at, like, peak, why not?
Yeah, that's
You
better
know?
than-
Well, the way I said it was, there was talk that he was going to go at number 4 or in the top
Right.
4 range. There was talk he was going to go number 2 to the Kings. And this was my thought on it. If they pass on him and he becomes a 10-time All-Star, I'll be cool with it. I'll forgive them for it. But if
Yeah.
they take him and he gets injured and he misses like 2-3 years, I'll never forgive them.
Yeah. It's a tough one, right? The injury thing, I mean, like it's like Kyrie Irving right now. You don't know. And like, you know.
But it's the back.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
worst thing.
You know, that's
Like, Dwight
like...
Howard's never been the same since his back, literally.
And it's the same surgery.
Yeah, literally.
Tiger Woods, same
Yeah.
surgery.
And even since LA, we've always wanted him to like.
He's done nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, he was. Oh, no, actually, he was alright this year.
Like rooted for him. To
Yeah,
get
he was
that
okay at Charlotte.
because there's potential.
He was decent at Charlotte. He was putting up good numbers. So, Davey, who was your? So that was my best
I went
pickup.
with-
Who was your
I
best
went
pickup?
with Aiden, DeAndre Aiden. I think at number 1. I think wingspan, athletic.
Yeah.
You know.
He likes backing down too, which is rare in a way.
I think he'll be alright. Like I
I
still
hate
think.
Aiden.
Yeah, I mean, look, this is draft class. I mean, for me, I think he's the only one that really kind of stands out to me.
Yeah.
That I think can make an impact from the get go.
All right, so we'll go into the next question. Then we'll start with you. Is he your early rookie of the year prediction?
I'd play it safe and go with that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd play it safe.
So I've gone number 8. I've gone Colin Sexton. I think he's a beast.
For Caps,
Yeah.
Yeah.
If LeBron goes, he starts. He gets the ball 90% of the time, 100%. Who else are they going to give it to?
yeah, but I mean,
That's if he
Kyrie
goes.
Irving was there with that. Like, I mean, you brought up that point when LeBron wasn't there, and Kyrie had that team, and he couldn't.
He couldn't do anything, but he still played well.
I mean, played well, but
Yeah.
does that count?
Nah, well, that's what for rookie of the year. I think it can, but not for.
You're not expected to win as a
Yeah.
rookie of the year. You're expected to just
But
put up numbers.
He's got like the Westbrook attitude with a more developed game. I think
What's his height?
his height is like 6'3", 6'4".
I think he was 6'1".
Is he?
Yeah.
He's quick. I know he's quick.
Yeah, but 6'1's a struggle in the NBA now.
Yeah.
You need to be like the perfect height is about 6'7",
See, but
6'8".
The
Yeah.
difference between Sexton, him being small, is that his first thing is defense.
Yeah.
So
And then just play off that. So
And
that's
then-
why I mean he's
yeah.
like when Westbrook came in, he was defense first, and then he kind of picked up
Well,
offense.
yeah, but Westbrook is a little bit taller, right?
Yeah.
He can make his own shots
And he's got
create
hops.
his own-
Yeah.
like, whereas you see Lillard as well. I mean, like he was so good throughout the season, and then he just got cleaned out in the playoffs, like
Yeah.
exhausted in the playoffs
Yeah.
because he's trying to run the whole thing himself. You can't do that in 7 games when someone's just focusing on you. I mean, I'm not expecting him to make it to the playoffs.
Yeah.
If
No,
LeBron
I don't-
leaves,
so
they're
don't I.
never going to make the playoffs.
Yeah, 100%,
Right?
right? Yeah.
But I see what you're saying. Like, I mean,
He's
he's
a
got
beast.
potential.
At eight as well.
I just don't know if there's going to be enough spotlight in Cleveland if LeBron leaves.
Yeah.
Like, because I remember when LeBron left for Miami, no one even knew Cleveland.
Yeah, except Kyrie. I mean, Kyrie made the All Stars, but like you said, it doesn't really.
Look, Kyrie's always going to be, because Kyrie's special. Like, I mean, even Australians embrace him.
Yeah.
You know, so we get exposure here regardless. Like,
Yeah.
if there's just a game on, they'll show. It's like Ben Simmons right now. Like, he could be injured, but they'll still show a Philly game because,
It's Ben Simmons.
yeah.
Yeah. So, Will, who's your early rookie of the year prediction?
Marvin Bagley.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's number 2, right?
Yeah, he was second pick. Yeah,
Yeah.
Sacramento.
I love Bagley.
They need luck. Like they've taken so many early players lately, and they just like De'Aaron Fox is flopped.
Yeah. So my big board I had.
Well, he's a Duke product as well, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
You heard what Coach K said about him.
Right.
He said like in his 38 years or something that he's been coaching, he's only had 2 players as good as Marvin Bagley, and he thinks could be in the NBA right now, doing their thing, and that was Bagley and Kyrie Irving, who he only had for 8 games.
Yeah.
All right.
So the way I looked at it was, I thought Bagley was the number 1 pick, just because motor. You know, like I love guys with like a motor that just go hard the whole game. Like Aiden, when I watched Aiden play, I think more of it was he was just bigger than everyone.
Yeah.
And it looked like he could have got like 20 rebounds a game, but he just got
What did he
11,
do?
12 rebounds a game because
Yeah,
he
yeah.
was just a 7-footer playing against a 6'8" guy.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Whereas
Cool.
when you see Marvin Bagley, he attacks the offensive glass.
Yeah. Mm.
He's catching lobs. He's running the floor as hard as he's beating everyone down the floor. He's snatching and going himself.
Mm. You're probably right. I mean, like I said, sometimes the number one picks just choke. You know.
Well, I'm not saying Aiden's going to be bad, but
But he's-
rookie of the year as well. It comes down to
Minutes
situation
and minutes
yeah.
as well.
Mm.
So if he's got what?
He's got Booker,
He's got Booker to share with. He's got what?
Mikal Bridges.
Yeah, Chandler's still
But
there.
I mean, like, he doesn't need to score 20, does he? Like, Booker can do the scoring. He just needs to do the rebounding. Like, if anything, as long as they do their job,
Yeah.
they could work pretty well. But it depends on their egos and see what like. If he wants to come and drop 20 every game, that's gonna take it out of Booker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Booker's automatic. So
Yeah.
I just feel like if they can get the, I mean, they are around the same age, so I think they can work it. Like if it was like you talk about Kevin, like Kobe Bryant and this guy coming in, it just wouldn't work. But I think they can gel together if possible, because that's still a young team, right?
Yes,
the Suns
very
are
young.
still a
Yeah.
very young team.
Cool. So that's our prediction. So Darby was Aiton,
Yeah.
mine was Sexton, and Will was Bagley Jr. So we'll move on to free agency talk. So this is who's going to go where, and I have no idea who's going where. So gentlemen, enlighten me. First question, where's LeBron going? Let's go into that for the next half an hour,
It's only
because that's how long it's going to take us to talk about it.
Well, I'll say this. I'll go first, and I'll talk about Kawhi. And I think if Kawhi stays, if LeBron goes to San Antonio, that's the only way Kawhi stays.
Yeah, 100%. But will he go to San Antonio? That's the thing.
If LeBron goes to San Antonio, I don't see him going to San. Like
They don't have to give up too much for him. That's the thing.
Yeah, but he's at that point where he doesn't care about anything like that. He wants to get a ring, and the only place I see him getting it is Houston.
Yeah. But
That's the only team that's
they lose a
ready.
fair bit though. That's the thing.
They'd have to gut their whole
They
roster.
lose
though.
pretty much all of who they are, which is Gordon, PJ Tucker, Clint Capella. They lose all of them. Like I saw the trade scenario.
But Golden State did the same thing to get Kevin Durant. Like, I mean, they didn't lose a lot.
But there's a
Like,
big
they
difference
took
between.
Capella,
LeBron James.
Yes.
Eric Gordon. Yeah.
But this is LeBron James.
Yeah.
Like, I would clean my whole roster if I have to get him.
Yeah, but when you look at the fit of Golden State,
Kevin Durant
Clay-
suits them. He suits exactly.
That's a
what
whole look. Golden State is a whole,
Clay will put up 60 points on 11 dribbles.
yeah,
Yeah.
if he wants to.
Yeah. How many dribbles is LeBron, Harden, and Chris Paul going to take? With one ball.
But Chris Paul and LeBron are very close mates.
Yeah.
I think they can work
That's
it out.
I think that's the only thing that's
I
pulling
think
him
they
to
can work
Houston.
it out. But I just feel like that's the best fit. Like, I think they can make it work one way or the other. Like, I feel like if Chris Paul gets injured, they can still get their 60 wins easy.
Yeah.
Right? I think
With
it's
LeBron?
just... Yeah.
Yeah,
I just
yeah,
okay. feel like they just need to be playoff ready, and that's it. But every other... Like, San Antonio, I just don't see that. I never saw that happening, ever.
But it would be good.
No.
You don't think?
I don't think so. I don't think San Antonio fans would want that. Like, honestly, I don't think San Antonio fans would actually want LeBron there.
But if they can keep Kawhi for it, then why not?
I think
it's a perfect fit.
Oh, so do
That will be.
I actually think that's his best fit.
I think that will be LeBron's
No.
Pippen.
I just don't like. See,
Does
that's the
it-
thing. Like, I know people prefer that. I just know if you want to win the championship, that's not gonna work.
I think
I think it'll get you to the
Finals.
Western Conference Finals.
Yeah.
But you still can't beat Golden State.
Yeah, no.
I
I
think-
think he can beat Golden State anywhere,
Mm.
and that's the sad part. Is there's nowhere he
I
can
think
go.
his best chance is at the Spurs.
Yeah.
Because
Or Houston, one of
this
them.
I
One of
say
them.
Spurs because Dan and Tony, he's just gonna say we need to score 160 points.
Yeah.
Whereas Popovich will make LeBron get back on defense and stop sleeping on defense.
Yeah. which he has been doing.
But I'm telling you, man,
He did all
I
fun.
love D'Antoni as a coach. Like, he's got a different system, and it didn't work in LA. Like, he
He
tried.
didn't have the players.
But his system, I've always been a fan of. Like, I just like it worked really well in Houston. It
Yeah,
worked
well, because he's
really
got the
well in
players.
Houston.
He's
Yeah.
got all swingmen and one shot
Yeah.
blocker. That's all you
Like,
need.
I was pretty impressed by him, and like I said, at one point I was like, man, I think Houston might just take it.
Well, they should have. Let's be
yeah.
honest, they probably should have.
But I really think LeBron, if he's at that point where he wants to chase the ghost, he has to go
To Houston?
Cleveland, he'll make the finals in the East no matter what.
Yep.
Like with even Sexton, if you're saying he's that good,
Yep.
if you think he's that good, stay in the East and
Just
have an easy
tough it
ride
out.
to the finals.
Yeah, and then
like
just-
that's what I don't get. Like I
They're
mean, this
gonna
is the
lose
first
again.
year he had a bit of a tough ride, right? And he got exhausted by the finals. But every other year, he hasn't really had that hard of a run.
Yeah.
you
Well,
know?
now Boston's got like a little super team going on. It won't be easy. No way. Boston without Kyrie and Gordon took him to
I
7.
still don't take him seriously though. Man.
I
still
actually
don't
wanted to see Kawhi go to Cleveland. I wanted to see
I don't
LeBron
see that.
LeBron and Kawhi go up against those wings there in Boston. I think that'd be a matchup
Exciting.
to watch in the
East. Because
East
there's nothing really
finals.
to watch in the East now, is there?
Yeah, true. I mean,
Apart from Philly.
Raptors was disappointing, right? Like
Raptors always spewing themselves come
Yeah.
Barney.
playoffs.
Yeah, they're rubbish.
They were disappointing.
They're rubbish.
Like I really thought this year, like John Wall and like Washington was gonna take the next step, but nah.
They went backwards.
Yeah.
Raptors went backwards in the playoffs. The only teams that kind of went well in the East in the playoffs was Boston and Cleveland, and that's pretty much
Boston to get where they got to
it. With who they had.
who they had.
Yeah.
That's very impressive. Like
Yeah. Well, a rookie was leading them, a sophomore.
Jason Tatum, I watched him in summer league, and I was like, man,
He's too
Lakers
special.
made a big mistake letting him go. Like if we had the chance to choose him over Lonzo,
Yeah.
I 100% would.
But
choose
see,
him.
the problem there was we were sold on Ingram,
Yeah.
and that was the dumb mistake. So we
Mhm.
could have taken.
But Jason Tatum,
Tatum.
I saw him in some, and he's the first player in a very long time. I was like, this guy, he's got
Special.
potential.
Yeah.
He's special.
That's why I think-
if you look back on history in the draft, there's always a massive mistake in the first
Yeah.
4 picks.
Yeah. It's very,
Always.
because he's under so much pressure.
Yeah.
Like
And people
Markel
fall,
Fultz.
people fall in love with workouts
Yeah.
against a chair.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right. So last question for free agency: can anyone here realistically see a trio forming at the Lakers? I'm a Lakers fan, and I'm very optimistic about it. I don't think we'll get. I think we'll struggle to get 1, if not 3. I've spoken to Will a lot. He thinks we'll get 2. I don't even think we'll get 2.
We
I
have
think
the
we'll
money
struggle
for
to get.
two.
I think we'll struggle to get
We
1.
have the
They,
money for
We've got
they,
the money.
They
We've
have
got
the money for
100%.
2 outright, and then I think they can go
Trade.
They can trade for 1.
Yeah, I just don't think.
But
anyone
I
wants-
think the organization.
Who wants to come to Lakers?
I think the problem is the organization's not the same. Like it's not enticing enough. Like where you
Yeah.
see Golden State, like Spurs was the organization.
Yeah, no,
right?
they're
Spurs
specific.
were like where everyone's like,
Winning.
man, I wanna be like this,
Yeah.
where players wanna come to this system, right?
Yeah,
Golden State is that organization now.
at the moment, yeah.
Right, and it's all because I think Jerry West went
Yeah.
there. He even was ready to give up his position because they were going to trade Klay Thompson.
Yeah,
Things like that is when you're like, okay, man, like these guys really want a team and they want to win. It's
They know
not
what they're
about
doing.
making money. It's not about rebuilding. It's not about draft picks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The Lakers normally don't rebuild. They just reload.
Yeah.
Right, and that's the frustrating thing where Luke Walton's a great coach, but we're not used to rebuilding, man.
Yeah.
we just
They've never had to.
we've never
Yeah.
had to.
Because they've just been a glamorous market
That's
where
it.
Well, we
everyone
tried.
wants to live
So-
on the West Coast
That's-
and
Yeah.
come to the Lakers.
That's it.
It doesn't get much
It's a
bigger than the
Staples
Lakers.
Center, you know,
Yeah.
like I mean, but that's the frustrating thing. Man, for the last 6-7 years now, we've just been like,
we've been trash.
yeah,
It's been hard to
it's
follow,
been tough, and it's painful to watch Kobe go out like that, like
Yeah.
without any help or whatnot.
but we stay loyal, don't we, Davey?
we do, no
Mate.
matter what. LA, Los
Oh.
Angeles Warriors, man, Los Angeles Warriors.
So yeah, we'll just give one quick answer, and then we'll just move on to the next segment. So, Will, where does Kawhi go?
He stays at the Spurs.
I think they can convince him to stay what they did with LaMarcus last year.
What, like, as in stay this year only and then become free agency?
No,
next
I
year?
reckon they can get him long term, and they just treat him.
They're
for
the only
something.
ones who can give him that 5-year.
Yeah,
Do you think he wants the money though? If the car he drives, I don't think he's worried about the money.
Yeah.
I
No,
don't
I
think
think-
the money phases him, man.
I don't think the
he's-
money phases him, but I think he knows that's where he belongs in a way.
Well, if you're Kawhi, are you going to accept going to somewhere
Look, if you,
where you're going to be?
I mean, if I'm a player, if I'm a basketball player, man, and I'm in the playoffs, I'll do whatever it takes to play. Like, I mean, you watch Kobe.
Yeah.
Apparently, LeBron played with a broken hand. I still don't believe
Oh,
it.
let's
but
not get into that.
Apparently, right?
That was rubbish.
But you know what I mean? Like, if I'm in the playoffs and you know how hard it is to come out of the West, you'll play.
Yeah,
I mean, even his teammates were like, "This guy should be playing right now." Like,
Yep.
you know, and he chose not to play. So that says a lot, man. Like, I mean, I know Kawhi, as quiet as he is, if he doesn't feel comfortable doing something, he just won't do it. Like, that's just how he is. So it's hard to talk to someone like that when they've got their mind made up. If he wants,
I was thinking, if he goes to the Lakers, watch him go to the Lakers and all of a sudden become Mr. Personality.
You reckon?
That would be the funniest
shine.
thing.
it could
Shine under the big
LA
lights.
changes you. I'm telling you, LA and the.
Well, he's an LA dude, and I mean the type
He's
of
a
dudes that
Compton dude, right?
I mean the type of dudes that have always been at the Spurs. I mean, their culture has always been. You don't
Humble.
say anything without clearing
Yeah.
it.
There's
you
a
know
lot
what I
of
mean?
discipline.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's
so,
a lot of discipline.
I
but
would
LA,
laugh if he was to come out to LA and,
And
all
just
of a sudden
became
he's Mr.
just a showboater.
Personality.
Yeah, just a massive showboater.
LA is a lot of distraction.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
And,
Alright,
I mean,
so-
you're playing under Duncan, Parker, Ginobili.
Yeah.
You know, you're playing with a lot of old cats when you get to the Spurs. So it's like
You got to kind of humble. Yeah, put your
where
head down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But maybe he doesn't have. See, that's the problem. Like when he had Duncan and he like, let's say if Robinson was there, but Duncan was mainly there. He kind of had someone to look up to and listen to, and there
Yeah.
was a higher power talking down to him and like keeping him in check. I feel like right now he doesn't have that same respect for Aldridge or anyone.
Who would? He's rubbish.
There you go. So I think that's the reason why the team is just not gelling right now. Like he's obviously he needs like a Duncan or someone like that.
All right, so in one word, where does he go?
Oh, I definitely Lakers. I see him going Lakers. I there's no doubt about it.
Okay,
Like-
so one word, where does LeBron go?
Spurs.
I say he stays at Cleveland.
I'd say Houston. Yeah, I just can't picture him in the West though, man.
No,
Like,
he's
if
too
I had
scared.
to choose one,
He's too
I'd say
scared. Let's
Houston,
move on from that
but
one.
I can't picture him in the West.
Yeah, I don't think he'll go.
I
to
don't
the
think he
Well,
wants.
he's going to be the only one who like the only generational guy who didn't
I like
play.
when you say generational. Guy.
Well, I mean, like,
that saves,
I'm saying-
that
I'm saying-
saves him from everything.
No,
All of
I'm
those
saying Jordan,
decisions and, like-
Jordan, Kobe, and now LeBron. I mean, Jordan and Kobe got to play for the best coaches of that era, didn't they?
Yeah, 100%.
And I'm saying LeBron is the only
Wants
one
to go play for his one.
Yeah, who's
Yeah.
the only one to play for him yet.
Okay, so Chris Paul, Paul George. Chris Paul stays, I think. Everyone agrees?
Oh yeah.
Chris Paul stays.
Paul
I
George,
think
where does he
he's-
go?
I think he stays,
I think it all depends.
but
on,
I think
on
he's the
LeBron.
jumping. He's the
I think it all depends on LeBron.
He's the changing point for me. If he goes,
If
if
he-
he commits to somewhere, then LeBron will kind of
I
work
think-
around him.
yeah.
I think they're talking. I think
Oh,
he-
100%.
Yeah, I think they're talking.
Well, he's already come out on TMZ saying
Yeah.
he wants to play with LeBron, and
Yeah.
the only place they can play straight away is the Lakers.
LA. Yeah.
Like Lakers have the money, and I think this year they really should splash out. I
They
really
have
do.
to. We've been
Like,
waiting for 5
They've
years.
got the.
They keep saying every year, next summer.
Yeah, and I think like even if they need to like get rid of, I mean I don't want to say this, but like even if they need to use Kuzma, Ingram, all these guys to get these players, this is the right time to do
Yeah.
it. Like,
Just on that, as a Laker fan, the only one I'm not touching is Kuzma. I don't care about the rest. Get rid of the rest if you need to. He's the best out of those four.
Kuzma's the best
Out of those four.
and ready to contribute.
Yeah.
He might not have the
think-
highest ceiling.
I'm,
Ingram
I'm a little
has-
worried about Kuzma. I think so, like the LA distraction gets to his head.
Yeah,
I
it
think
does.
So.
Why he got copped shots from his point guard.
Well, I mean that as well. But I do think like for a young player in LA is not the best fit because of the amount of
Yeah.
distraction.
But I think he's the type of guy who thrives off it. That's the scary part. He doesn't look like it phases him at all.
Yeah, but like I would still probably take Ingram because he plays hard every minute of.
Ingram's been the same size
Yeah,
for like 4
he
or
has-
5
so
years.
he-
No, that's fine.
He's got
But
the biggest
but
ceiling out of the three, but he's just too slow for me. It's not happening. And especially if you're going to get
You
LeBron
think,
or
you
Paul
think
George.
he's slow in a Luke Walton system? Because Luke Walton's system
Yeah.
is like
No, or like his progression is slow, not his speed.
okay.
His progression is killing me. I can't wait too much. Like we've had 2 years and he's killing
I
me.
do think if they keep Ingram and they get LeBron there, LeBron can make any player good.
Yeah, 100%.
Like
Well, I saw Ingram come back to Summer League, was it last year?
Yep.
Before he got injured?
Yep.
And he just lit on fire. I was like, bro,
Yeah.
this guy's this is it. He's
Kuzma's
taking the lead.
Kuzma's got the perfect height. Like if he gets his jump,
He's got the perfect
like,
game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like his jump shots and stuff.
Yeah.
Like it's like Sean Livingston, right? I rate him really high. I think he's got the sweetest jumper in the game. Like
Well, only in the key though.
Still,
he's got nothing outside of the key.
I still think he's got the sweetest jumper in the game. Like, because Jordan used to do that in the key, right?
Yeah,
He
yeah,
used to
yeah.
do
Just
turnaround,
pull in, pop in.
Like, and he's got the height for it, and it's so sweet, like watching it, right?
Yeah.
Like, I think Kuzma's got that potential, but he just needs to work on his game, like his entire game.
Yeah.
But last year, I mean, he showed us.
All right, let's move on. Just quickly on that, the Lakers were 1 pick away from Ben Simmons, and we were 2 picks away from Karl Anthony Towns. So let that sink in and bury you, because that buries me every year. we've been 3 picks away from potentially a good duo.
But what is?
And who did we get? D'Angelo Russell and Brandon Ingram, killing me. Anyway, we'll
You
move
shouldn't
on.
feel too bad.
What? Who else? No one flopped as bad as
Yeah,
that.
but like you look at the.
Oh wait, Cleveland got Anthony Bennett.
I mean, you look at the Wolves. They only just made the playoffs this year, and they had to go get Butler,
Jamal Crawford,
Jeff
Jeff
and all these old guys because young guys don't win. You know, that's just how it is.
But Cat is a beast. I would have
Yeah.
loved to have Cat over D'Angelo Russell. And then
Oh
we'll-
yeah.
But we'll move on from the free
Forget about
agency.
that one. Actually, you're right.
Yeah, we'll move on from free agency. So this is Shoot Your Shot.
Shoot the J. Shoot it!
So for today's Shoot Your Shot, I've got the guys to pick their own All-NBA teams. So there's 3 teams of the pretty much the 15 best players in the league. So here are the current ones that got selected by, I think it's the Associated Press. So
I can see the current ones.
the first team All-NBA this year was Kevin Durant, Anthony Davis, LeBron James, Damian Lillard, and James Harden. Second team was LaMarcus Aldridge, Giannis, Joel Embiid, DeMar DeRozan, and Russ Westbrook. And the third team was Jimmy Butler, Paul George, Karl Anthony Towns, Victor Oladipo, and Steph Curry. So we'll go from Will. So what we'll do is we'll go 3, 2, 1. So Will, give us your third team.
My third team was Paul George, Curry, Butler, Cat, and DeRozan. So I just dropped DeRozan from
down.
second team down to third team.
Okay, so my third team was, I brought in Ben Simmons because I thought he got snubbed. Karl Anthony Towns, Steph, Jimmy Butler, and I brought up Nikola Jokic because I thought he was amazing this year.
My third was Karl Anthony Towns, Leonard, Kawhi Leonard.
Kawhi Leonard,
I thought so.
8 games. Well, how many games did he play?
I
this year?
still think he's like Paul George, Westbrook. I'm missing one. Lillard was there.
So you dropped Lillard from first to third.
Yeah.
Good.
No, you should see my first.
Okay.
You'll love my first team.
Why, is it just the Warriors?
I was about to say, holy, we are in for
What,
a
Zaza?
fire session.
JaVale McGee? Alright,
to set the
so...
microphone on
Don't
fire.
underestimate JaVale McGee, man. That's 2 out of 2 for him, right?
Brother. So Will, go
What's
your...
his record and what's LeBron's record? Come on, man.
Will, what's your second team?
So I had Lillard, Oladipo, Giannis, Embiid, and Aldridge.
Cool. So I had pretty much the same side. Giannis, Embiid. I had DeMar DeRozan. I moved Oladipo up and Dame. I dropped Dame from 1 to 2.
Yeah, so
Damn.
So who did you go, Darby?
Oh man, I had Kyrie, I had James Harden, I had LeBron.
James Harden in the second team.
I had
Oh, that's
I had Kyrie, man. But my expectations are
dude.
come on, man. I'm talking about
brother.
championship
this
mentality.
is
I'm
seriously
talking about-
going to be a Golden State All-5 first team.
Mate, if I hear JaVale
I
McGee,
had
I'm kicking
Embiid.
you off.
I had Embiid, Giannis, LeBron, James Harden. I had LeBron in the second team.
Damn.
This was a tough decision for me, man. Like it was
I guarantee
real
all
hard
the
to pull
comments
LeBron.
from this podcast are coming after you,
know. James Harden, I had Kyrie Irving. I thought that was but like it was tough. For me.
Okay, we're going to start with you for your first team. Who's your
I
first team?
mean, two
First team. Give me your first team now.
At DJ DeVee Sydney.
street focus.
Everyone, everyone rip him. Give me your first team.
Look.
Come on, mate. Just tell me.
Just love my Steph, Clay, KD, Anthony Davis, and Draymond Green.
That's not. Draymond Green's probably the only one you can cut out there, but it's not too bad. That's not as bad as I thought.
Draymond.
Is that you trying to predict the future? When you try
I
to
think
get
that's
Anthony Davis?
dropping some.
I honestly think Klay Thompson is like he doesn't get the respect that.
No, he doesn't. Yeah, I agree.
I would
Great
put him
defender.
there.
Yeah.
Like that's why I put him on first team. But Steph,
Yeah.
dude's amazing.
So I'll go my first team. I pretty much kept it the same. I just moved.
Oh, you put the Warriors as well?
No.
Oh,
The
okay.
original one. I just moved Dame for Russie. So I got KD, AD, LeBron, Harden, and I brought Russie up because I think he's still a beast.
I got the exact same.
He's
Look,
still averaged a triple double,
It
and
is-
he didn't get.
And that
any-
was like the most quiet thing.
And
you
he
see.
did. They did nothing about it. They didn't
Look,
speak
I'll
about
be
it.
honest, it wasn't easy, right? But when
No,
you
it
win,
doesn't sound like it.
Yeah, pretty easy to me.
I'm just saying, look, when you win 3 out of 4 championships, man, you just gotta put them as the first team. Like, it is what it is, man.
I agree there.
The numbers don't lie. Like, I'm just.
All right.
Draymond's numbers.
I mean,
Draymond's
I had
line.
McGee up there, but I
So
crossed
was
him out.
Keith.
I had McGee up there, but
Oh.
I crossed like so.
Draymond's numbers says he's never committed a foul.
Come on,
Oh.
man. Come on, he's
Brother. All right.
he'll always like deny that he committed the foul.
He's the best glue man in the league.
Yeah, nah, 100%.
100 best glue man, and then I think Steven Adams is the second best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, look, Steven Adams come a long way.
He's a beast, bro.
He's come a long way.
Anyway, so we'll move on. So that's shoot your shot for this week. So this is the segment I haven't taught the boys about, so you can put your notes away, brothers.
It's time for one gotta go.
So this is one gotta go. So the part of this is I give you 4 things, and you've got to get rid of one. And pretty much it'll be the 4 best things in that particular category, and you've got to get rid of one. So today's one is dynasties. Cool?
Yeah.
80s Lakers, Showtime Lakers is one. Second one is the 90s Bulls, Jordan 3-peat. The third one is Kobe Shaq Lakers 2000s. And the fourth dynasty is the current Golden State Warriors.
Oh, wow.
So one has to go out of that.
Well, it's got to be the Warriors for now until they 3-peat next year. Then they can come back in and drop someone out. Because it only...
I know, like I say, obviously Dynasty is considered 3 in a row. They won 3 out of 4. But I added them in because I think they're in that conversation now as a Dynasty.
For sure. Especially from the West, I mean.
Yeah.
So out of those 4, one's got to go. I'll start mine because I had more time to think about it, so I didn't tell you guys.
This is a tough one, man.
This hurts me because it's why I started going for the Lakers, but I'm getting rid of Kobe and Shaq.
Oh.
Kobe and Shaq Lakers. Out of those 3. Out of 4, sorry. You can't get rid of the Showtime because they pretty much changed the way basketball was played.
Yeah.
The Bulls won 6 in, 8 years.
Yeah.
Can't stop that. The Lakers, if you look at the Kobe Shaq Lakers team, they played Reggie Miller, Allen Iverson, and Jason Kidd, who had pretty weak teams.
Yeah.
So, and that hurts.
Now that you say that, I think
That hurts.
It's got to be...
Because that was my favourite team ever. And I think that the year they played Philly in the second championship when they had that 12-1 finals, we went to win the chip. That hurts, but one got to go for me is Kobe Shaq Lakers.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
And now they say that, I think it's got to be them too because they did underachieve too.
Yeah, they should have won. They were together for 7 years. They should have at least won 4. They should have beat the Pistons that year.
And because to me,
That Pistons team was a good team, though.
100%. It was all chemistry.
but to me, Shaq is the best center.
Yeah,
To me,
Most dominant, yeah, for
You
sure.
know?
No one could
Like-
stop him.
but
and
so-
I just think they underachieved. But
Yep.
But to
when
get
you
a
when you put
three-peat
them,
is still tough, man.
yeah, 100%.
yeah, no doubt.
To have that focus, to have that drive to go 3 in a row,
Yeah.
that's tough.
Yeah, well, you think about it. There's only one every year.
Will's gone Kobe and Shaq.
Yeah.
Darby, one's got to go, mate.
I'd probably have to say the Warriors because...
What?
No, I would have to because the thing is, I mean, we all knew with the team they had, the expectations were there to win it all, right? So it's like you already know that they were supposed to win. I mean, like, it wasn't easy, but I would still take the 3-peat over the Warriors because the 3-peat is tough, man.
Yeah.
Like, to do it like that, I think it's tough. So for now, I'd probably take out the Warriors because I think these guys laid the groundwork, laid, the platform for these things to happen, like dynasties.
So we're pretty much saying the first 2 are untouchable. 80s Lakers, 90s Bulls,
Yeah,
untouchable.
for sure.
Well,
The
that's-
Bulls with the
It's between
Pistons.
Kobe and Shaq and Warriors.
Yeah, I'd have to take the Warriors out for now, and it breaks my heart. But
Yeah.
it does
Well,
break my heart.
It might end up
'Cause
being.
that's my
2
first
years-
team, right? That's
in
my
2 years'
first
team-
All NBA first
In
team.
2 years' time, they'll be in there, 100%. They're going to win 2 more.
Yeah.
They'll win 2 more. And then I think money will become a factor.
I
For
would.
Draymond.
Yeah, and his teeth. But he's got the whitest teeth ever. Was it because he's black?
But I still think
He's got
that
too many
team-
teeth.
Yeah, he's got.
I mean, if they're already taking pay cuts as it is now,
Reckon they
even
can keep
kept-
doing it?
I think so. I think they enjoy winning. I
They
actually
do.
think they.
Clay
enjoy
does.
winning.
Clay does
Yeah.
for sure. You think?
I actually think.
If you
like,
look on the
how
outside-
excited they get.
If you look on the outside, Clay looks like he's real depressed and doesn't like
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
He
yeah,
loves
yeah.
it.
He loves it.
Yeah, he loves
He
it.
just, I mean, and I think that genuinely enjoy winning the games like the old school days. Like, there's no ego there. If you want to take the last shot, you take the last shot. You
Yeah.
know, live and die with that. So, I think,
So the Warriors for you.
unfortunately,
So,
only this, like, that's a tough question.
Yeah.
That's a loaded question.
yeah,
So,
that's why I didn't want to tell you, so you could just kind of give it off the top of your head.
Yeah.
So I've gone Kobe and Shaq. Will, you've gone Kobe and Shaq. Darby, you've gone the current Warriors.
yeah.
I was going to throw the Heatles in there, but they were rubbish. What did they win? 2 out of 4?
Yeah.
That's not a dynasty. Sorry, LeBron.
I mean,
The Heatles.
you had to, like, Ray Allen saved them, right? If anything.
Yeah.
So,
That was so, man. That was so bad.
like, they had to
That was so bad that game.
Confetti nearly down and everything.
Yeah, they had the trophy. The trophy was down courtside.
I'll never forget that, man.
That
I was in Wagga streaming that game
That was
because they didn't know what NBA was over there.
All right, guys. So the roundup question: who is the GOAT and why?
Will take the floor.
Will
Jordan, hands down, not even
Really?
close.
Really?
Yeah.
I actually thought you were going to say LeBron.
Nah, it's Jordan.
LeBron with 3 and 6.
Hey,
No, I thought he was going to say LeBron.
3 and 6. It's still in the finals.
And it doesn't define you. I don't think.
I think he's still second.
It's 1A, 1B.
Yeah.
But-
Nah. Jordan is
fine.
one.
So you've got,
But do you think your conversation would have been, or your answer would have been different had he won this year?
yes, easy.
Yeah. If
So
he
that's
had
what I'm
one.
saying. But like that's not fair to Jordan, right? Because Jordan like had what the 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you,
6
yeah,
and
but
0.
he had Pippen.
Yeah, I mean, look, are you gonna tell me LeBron never had any help?
Yeah, but I'm saying like if you compare Pippen to Love,
Hey, Love is a great player if
He
you
is.
use him properly.
Yeah, but you can't compare. Can't
No,
compare.
you can't. You
Yeah.
can't. But I'm just saying, just like you were saying, the player of your generation things have evolved and changed.
Yeah.
You don't need that Jordan Pippen thing.
But
now
look
to
what happened.
win,
Look what
right?
happened right in the
It
middle of
works
Jordan.
differently.
Right in the middle of LeBron's prime. The 3-point becomes.
yeah,
You know,
he
when
can't,
all this analytics comes in.
yeah, and he can't adapt, which is
Well,
sad.
Because even at the end of Kobe's career, it came out that mid-range fadeaways were like the worst shot you
Yeah,
could take.
yeah.
You know, worst
It was either
percentages.
inside or outside.
Yeah,
literally.
and that's
inside
how
the key
you know,
or outside.
he made his living on the block pretty
Yeah.
much. You know, those.
Yeah. So he got out at the right time, whereas LeBron's kind of transitioned into this new era.
LeBron came in at that power game.
Yeah, and now
and it
it's
transitions into the
But-
finesse three-point game.
But if LeBron didn't make it to as many finals, I'd probably be like, all right, that transition costed him that. But to make it to the finals, it obviously means something is working for him. Like, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Like he's made it to what, 8 in a row?
yeah, 8 in a row.
Right?
Yeah.
9 all up.
Whatever
all
the
up.
transition is within that time, it clearly hasn't affected him because he's in the East. It's an easier conference,
Yeah.
and he's made like. So I know what you're saying about but the thing is, Kobe was at one point carrying the whole team by himself. I mean,
Yeah, but he never made it to the finals. That's the thing.
because
When he was carried. Yeah.
It's the West. I mean,
Yeah.
dude, in the West, you make the playoffs and you've done well. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. So I'm the biggest LeBron hater, but had he won this year, I would have been very tempted to go over Jordan. Even though it would have been what four and 5.
I don't think that'll ever come around, man. Even if
Only
he
because
won
of the
this
team
year.
he had against the team he was
I
going
think
against.
LeBron fans would say that.
Yeah,
quite
he's a LeBron
quickly.
fan.
Yeah, I'm a LeBron fan, yeah.
I know that from
Yeah.
way back. Like, I mean, nothing's changed. Like, he's a LeBron fan, and that's fine. But I'm just saying, like, even if he won this year,
It would have been tempting though. It would have tempted you.
this is Jordan we're talking about, man.
Yeah, but
But with this cup, with
he
the
would
team
have
he had-
never. Jordan never played a team like the Warriors.
Yeah,
Ever.
yeah,
This is
you're
the
right,
greatest
you're right,
team
you're
ever
right.
assembled.
Yeah.
Not
You're right.
greatest team ever,
You're
but
right.
greatest team ever assembled.
And
You're right,
and
so
you
you're
got look
right.
on the other spectrum. You got J.R. Smith, George Hill, all these bums.
But
All
look,
these
JR
bums.
was there when they won the championship.
Yeah, yeah,
Kevin
yeah.
Love was there when they won the championship. Tristan Thompson was
Yeah,
there.
but then they
when
also had a guy named Kyrie
they
Irving.
they had a pretty decent team
Yeah.
halfway throughout the season, and then they just
Just
figured it all
revamped.
out.
They went,
like
yeah.
that team is what you needed for the playoffs. That's why I don't understand.
Who
why
the first one?
The first
Like
one
with
is
IT
what
and all
you
that,
needed for
Dwayne
the-
Wade and all that.
Yeah, I think for the playoffs that would have come in better. Like I honestly
I think he's right
Yeah,
because
I think for the playoffs that's what you needed.
Yeah,
this is my hot take on the NBA. Is what they're doing right now is totally completely wrong. Is what they're trying to do is build to
Super team.
match the Warriors.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 They're trying to build these fast teams. Whereas if you look, back at the playoffs, every single year the game slows down.
Yeah.
All the time. Like even the Rockets, you think that they're fast, they're only like middle of the pack this year.
Yeah,
in
they
pace.
just happen to do what the Warriors do at a slower pace.
Yeah, so I mean, and every time the playoffs come around, it always goes into half-court basketball, which is why the Grizzlies, Utah, and all that always give Warriors problems because they
Yeah.
still play two traditional bigs and they play slow, drain the clock, and D up hard.
Yeah.
Even a team like Denver going to play in Denver.
High altitude.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
the thing is, like, you can't bet against them because Denver ends up winning games at home
Yeah.
against big teams, and it's just
It's
like,
because they have like Jokic on the block, and then they got Millsap.
Yeah.
They
Jamal Murray.
and they play everyone eats type of basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they keep the ball moving.
Yeah.
Open guy takes a shot, like Golden State, except Golden State are like on steroids.
They've finessed it.
They're the best team.
I just think
ever
don't,
assembled.
like, I mean, they make the most of their shots as well. Like, I feel like there's a lot of teams you give them open shots and they can't get it in. They don't have sharp shooters. Like, you know, the way they shut down Korver in the finals. Like, I was surprised that they focused more on Korver in the finals than anyone else.
Yeah, literally.
Like, they literally shut him down.
Yeah. Well, they had to.
That's the thing.
He gets hot.
You know, I could have thought of a few other players before him that I would try and focus on first.
Yeah.
You know, but
it worked.
It worked clearly.
Yeah.
Like, that's the extent they went to. So they need sharp shooters like that.
Yeah. So we'll go back to the question. So you've gone Jordan.
Yeah.
I'm going Jordan. You're going Jordan. So here's the thing. Here's who gets missed in all of this. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Oh, look.
6 MVPs, 6 championships.
We're
He's
not-
the highest. He's got the most points in the whole NBA. Everyone skips on him massively. So if Jordan is 1A, LeBron's 1B, Kareem is 2, right behind him.
Who Kareem play though?
Yeah,
I just think Jordan had it tough, man. Like,
He did,
with the
yeah, 100%.
Pistons, I mean that.
But he
that
never
time-
beat the bad boy Pistons.
And-
Well,
until he got help.
I mean, he got banged up. Like,
Yeah.
you know, and it wasn't just that. It was like a lot of teams in the East were dirty back then,
Yeah.
man. Like, you know,
Even
so.
the Pacers,
Like,
even
six-
Reggie in his
yeah.
days, he was dirty.
Like, you know, so like Indiana Pacers, like
Yeah.
Davis brothers and stuff.
Yeah.
That was, man, they were just there to literally take you down.
But then the team. You know, how Houston went back to back when he retired.
Mm.
Do you think Jordan's Bulls going to beat that Houston team?
Look, Jordan was on that.
Horry, Hakeem, Kenny Smith,
Horry.
I don't think so.
Mad Max, Vernon Maxwell.
Look, Jordan, he made things happen, man. Like, I
Yeah.
mean, he had a good team there. Like,
Good
I
coach.
think with the chemistry,
Yeah.
he would have been fine. Like,
Because everyone says those 2 Houston championships would default because the best player wasn't playing. But I reckon they could have won one.
They still won like almost 60 games.
I still think they could have won one of them against Jordan, maybe.
Probably right. You're probably right. But yeah, I mean, like.
So we're all going Jordan.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
Jordan.
I think
For
so,
now.
Sure, yeah.
We'll come back in 2 years and see what we think.
What would change it? What would
Steph
change
Curry.
it in 2
No,
years?
not Steph Curry.
Well, I mean, I think the record is that he's 3-1 now.
Steph?
Mm.
Yeah, well, all of that team except KD's
He's
2.
going to blow the 3-1 lead.
What's KD?
There's no more 3-1 jokes.
KD
man.
is 2-1.
KD's 2-1. You lost with Oklahoma. So we're all going.
2 years from now, KD will be in a conversation, man.
What, with 3 or 4?
4.
You think so?
They'll go-
You think they're literally going to win 2 more straight?
Yes, 100%. Easy. Take this, and take
I'm
it
a Warriors
to
fan.
the
I
bank.
don't think that's
No,
realistic.
they're going to.
Like, I honestly think, I mean,
Oh, well, you thought this year was hard.
look,
it was
like-
harder. It was harder.
I'll be the first to admit, man, if Chris Paul was there was no way we were going to the finals.
Yeah.
No way. Like, the way they shook us up in that, like, to win, I think they won games at Golden State as well.
They won the third one.
Yeah.
The third one
So
and
they won, like, and they
the
did the
sixth.
same thing in the earlier round as well.
Yeah.
So they were quite capable of,
Yeah, they were.
you know, closing
And
out games and stuff. And,
I don't think it was Chris Paul's overall play. I think it was just his leadership they missed.
and just his presence on the
Yeah.
ball.
His
Like,
defense, too, though.
Yeah.
and this is exactly why Steph Curry without the ball is more valuable. I mean, this is weird as it sounds.
Yeah,
Even while he's on the floor and without the ball, he still creates a problem for everyone.
yeah, 100%. Because everyone's just too
the
scared to let him
movement,
shoot.
just the spacing.
Yeah,
You know, so
Yeah, because you see him give the ball up and then you
just see him run
sprint to a
somewhere,
corner,
and then
yeah.
someone just does
Like,
a little.
and that's the thing. Like, Reggie Miller used to do that so well.
Yeah.
Ray Allen, amazing at it.
Yep.
And Richard Hamilton,
Yeah.
Pistons.
He was the best without the ball, Rip Hamilton,
Oh,
in my opinion.
man.
In my
Like,
opinion.
and it was so painful because, you know what, Reggie Miller was my all-time favorite player, right? And watching them against the Pistons,
They both did the exact same
Reggie-
thing. Yeah.
Taste of his own medicine.
Yeah.
You know, it was.
But the thing is, Steph is like that, but he adds in the dribbling aspect,
Hmm.
which is the difference between him and
Yeah, I mean, look,
He's
his
got
handles
crazy
in the
handles.
He's
last.
got handles.
His
good
handles
all.
in the last 2 years, the way he took LeBron to the rim, I think the
Last finals.
Yeah.
Last finals.
Man. Like-
Cool. So that's the roundup. So we've all gone Jordan.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, without.
All right.
But respect to Kareem as well.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Yeah, 100%.
Paying homage
Any
to
last
Meh.
thoughts, brothers? You don't no respect to Kareem?
No, yeah. Disrespect. No, I was just
See, this is what happens.
Don't
when-
at me.
See the new generation. This is the new generation.
Oh,
no
man.
respect.
I
you
don't
know?
be adding
This is
me.
the
Yeah.
LeBron James
At
era.
DJ.da.v.
Yeah.
quick
Alright.
prediction on our teams this year.
All right.
Well, just scenario right now. Like, if you had to choose today without even. Because right now, see, Ariza
picking a
might become
record?
Golden State.
Are we picking a record or? What will come?
Or just like a... Nah, yeah.
Oh, we're going to suck.
scrap it.
We're going to suck. We'll come 10th. Lakers.
Okay.
You're going to come first. You'll be around the same as us, I say.
Well, we came second last year, this year. So I don't really think we.
Every time you say we, I just want to slap you in the face. You traitor.
I'm just a team player, man. I'm just a team player. So when I go for Lakers, I go for Warriors as well because it's all about a team, man.
Pacific Division rivals. Anyway, all good. Thank you very much, lads, for coming on. Darby, you want to plug Street Focus?
What is it? Shop 728, 729 Park Lee. Every weekend. All the, we got NBA jerseys, apparel, clothing, CDs, music. And we'll definitely see Will and Willie over there as well.
100%.
Yes, sir.
So if you want jerseys, hit up Darby's store. So just again, we want to thank our sponsors, Cooper Brothers Clothing. If you want to visit their social media sites, they'll be linked with this post. And remember to use the 20% discount they have on offer only for this podcast. Thanks guys for listening and look out for the next podcast when it comes out. Cheers.